That gets us up to 56 bucks of support so far this morning. What a varied podcast this has been, right? We had a new intro, which was interesting. We had talk of the schedule and games. We had an unboxing and testing of it. Well, not really testing yet, but unboxing and messing around with a new controller. I cleaned my keyboards, and now we're watching Digimon. Well, Cyber Sleuth. Oh, the game is a full RPG, not a digital novel. Oh, they didn't really show any gameplay, so you couldn't get that. You couldn't get that vibe, right? You couldn't really tell what it was, huh? Okay. what I like is the very simpleton brained people. Like, for example, I just criticized Japanese culture, saying why in that what we just watched in that trailer, like every single woman was scantily clad and all the dudes were dressed normally. That's a factual observation. So now people have to say things like, "Oh, it's all sexualization is always bad. Curvy women are gross and everything." It's like, no, that's a simpleton's brain. A simpleton can't understand that the world's not black and white, that there's shades of gray, right? And so there's a time and a place for everything. But I'm just making a factual observation that it really seems that whenever we watch a either Japanese or Asian designed game, the women get crazy over the top sexualized. And again, people, oh, it's fan service. I don't call that fan service. I call that perv service. That they're trying to sell extra copies of the game based on people who are basically perverted people at home who don't have real relationships, and they want to get off to the girls in the game. So, Digimon Cyber Sleuth has a half almost nude woman hit you with a car. I got to get that. Oh, so attractive. It's like, that's the point of the game. You should buy the game for the game, not for the scantily clad women in it. It's ridiculous. But, again, simpleton's mindset. There's a time and a place for everything. I just don't believe it has to be in your face constantly, right? That's correct. Back in my day, you had to get dressed up to drive an automobile. You had to put on your special riding jacket, and you would put on the hat that has the goggles because they didn't have proper windshields back then. So you had to put on the riding goggles so that the bugs would not splatter your face as you ride. You could still see. And you would put on, you look like you're a pilot, basically. You're going to pilot your car around town. That's what I would do. My driving jacket, put on your best. You're going on an expedition to drive to the corner store. Uh, I should play Street Fighter with Brian again. I don't really care about Street Fighter 6 right now. If you haven't noticed, I'm into the classics. That's what I'm into right now because those are better games. Street Fighter 6 right now, in my opinion, is fucking dead. Like, seriously. Oh, yeah. So over the weekend, there's this big tournament going on in the Capcom Pro Tour. It's called Combo Breaker, right? So just by complete chance, yesterday on my day off, I'm on YouTube, and what happens is YouTube throws you recommendations. And actually, the Combo Breaker live stream happened to be in my feed. So I clicked on it. It was a pools match, M. Bison versus Mai Shiranui in Street Fighter 6. Fight. They both go at it, trying to get one hit. One hit, giant combo, pushes them to the corner. Literal 50-50 guessing. That's the round. Next round, a couple fireballs, parries, one hit, push them to the corner, 50-50 guessing. Game's over. And it's the next. I'm watching, I'm like, this is literally Street Fighter 6 now. It's getting one hit. That one hit pushes your opponent to the corner, and then it's just throw loops or guessing games. That's the entire game. I was like, that's not a fucking fighting game at all. That's terrible. And that's every fucking match. Like, without fail, that's every match of Street Fighter 6 now. Because everyone plays this meta that's exactly the same. There's no ingenuity. There's no originality. No one even plays it any different. The outcomes are almost predetermined at this point based on, it's really just, did you make a simple mistake in your pattern play? Oops, I made a mistake. Now I lose. Whoever gets the first hit and pushes the opponent to the corner wins the round. It's sad. It's really, really bad. I can't stand even to watch. I watched the one match and I was so bored. I closed the stream out. I'm never going to watch this shit again. What a terrible game it's become. And again, it wasn't like that at first, because at first people didn't know the meta. They didn't know, you know what I'm saying? They didn't understand that. But now, okay. Any last minute things anyone wants to talk about before we adjourn? If you're a Cowboy fan, I'm not even talking to you. I don't know. You thought I was talking, saying something to him. I wasn't actually responding to anything you had said. No worries. Game Boy, how are you today? Good to see you. Lovecraftian Arcade says, never thought after all these years you'd be a PC gamer. I'm happy with who you've become as a person. I'm happy I've been with you since your Heavy Rain playthrough. Awesome. I don't know what happened with Tekken 8, because I heard that Tekken 8 basically had a giant update, and the update changed the game to the point where all the pro players now hate it. I don't know. I'm not following you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not, I don't care that much. I'm not following to actually find out what's really going on. So, I don't really have a favorite Street Fighter character ever, but I'd probably go Blanca. Blanca's a staple character I've used in like every Street Fighter to some extent. And I really like the design of the character because he's so unique and different, cartoony, you know, it's weird. Okay. Solo says, I find Blanca and Bison the most fun to watch in Street Fighter 6. At least you could say this. If you watch someone like, what's his name? Maina RD or whatever, the best Blanca player in the world, when you watch him play, he's not playing like everyone else. He actually is playing very differently, right? Gronk Game says, Lions Tech Tips did not say this controller is the best out there. He said it's worth consideration because it has a lot of features for a cheap price. There you go, because it's under $100. It's like, I think it was like $70. They said its bumpers are weak, parrying may suffer. All right, we'll find out. Let's test it today. Let's see how the bumpers work. You're right, if the bumpers suck, I can't use that for Expedition 33. I've got to swap then. We'll see what happens. Cool. I mean, it's crazy that it has RGB configuration and it has an app to tweak everything like 3 levels of sensitivity. That's pretty cool. The thing about a controller that's, you know, has all those features. I don't think I've ever had a controller. I'm sure there's many controllers that have that kind of stuff now, but I've never really had that before. We'll have to see how I feel. You know, do I want to tweak the sensitivity of the joysticks? Do I want, would there be a game where Turbo